have it, ladies and gents. So there we've seen, you've now gotten a little insight into it, and Mum, take it away.
Oh, take it away. I've gone.
Oh, you are all right. I'll give her a second.
I've gone right back there.
All right, I'll give her a second then, and I'll just paint a bit of a picture, all right? And so we travelled to London, you know, like we went as a three-person group, you know, got there, VIP, you know, went in, bought the merch, obviously that we're wearing, and that I got a signed vinyl as well and all of that.
That's lovely.
We listened to that today.
Yes.
But the show started, and we were a little nervous because we were VIP. We got in early, so we had the chance to get up front and be barricade, which was not something that was planned. Like because Mum was with us, like we were not planning to be up front or anything because we thought, you know, give Mum a break and like just allow her to. But then when we realised that we could actually be up front, we just thought, fuck it, didn't we? And just kind of all.
I must admit, it wasn't until I looked back later and I was like, oh my God. And there was just like, well, you
can see from the videos, like when I turned the camera around.
And I was thinking, but I was leaning near the barrier, which was good because I think I needed that.
So we were right next to the security guards that were handing out water as well,
yeah, that's true.
which was which was nice because, you know, we got very dehydrated with that amount of singing, and you know, there was a little bit of alcohol consumed as well, you know, so like little bit of dehydration, but
it was amazing.
The show was insane. Like the vibe and the atmosphere and all of that was amazing. And was that your first barricade show? Was that the first show you've been to where you're at barricade?
Yes.
Yeah, same. So that's
oh no, actually no. When I saw Queen in Africa, I was near that. I always end up near a speaker. Yes, you know, I was at the barricade.
All right, well, that was my first barricade show, and you know, and Mum, that was her first one since the 80s. So you know, like, so it's been a very long time. So that was a shared experience. It was Jess's first barricade show as well. So like,
but it was really this was.
And it was, and what a show! What a show to be at barricade for. It was so good. The band are lovely, and like the day out was great. Just being together. I enjoyed, like, it was so nice to have just a lovely day out.
Yeah.
And
then to get to see this band. Oh, you know, I still get tongue-tied. When I talk to you, when I'm not doing this, it comes out freely. And then when we do this, am I boring you, honey?
I'm sorry.
No, you start off. I mean, it was just everything. The energy, seeing the place fill up, and then seeing it fill up even more, and then looking up and seeing all the people up the top. And then the first band was, I'd never heard of them, but they were bloody good.
South Arcade were the name of
their rhythm, or their, I loved it. And that's sort of, and then, well, we just wanted to see Bill Murray, really, didn't we?
Yes.
And when they came on, they saw.
Yeah, it was insane. And once the show was over, you know, like once everything was said and done, because we had the VIP, we got the meet and greet. We got to go and do the meet and greet, and it was weird. I've never done anything like that before. Like never done a meet and greet or got meet and greet tickets for anything. So there was this queue at barricade, and it basically the people that were already at barricade, because with the VIPs, it was, you were there, you know, it was all those people. So the way that we'd lined up was the line, you know, they just, the way that we
actually, that's the way it worked.
The way
out,
that we were arranged along barricade just ended up being the line, you know, and we happened to be about third from last.
Yeah.
So we were hanging around for a little while, but that was cool because it gave the Kentish Town O2 Forum is not the biggest venue, but they pack a lot of people in there. So like,
we had to wait
and it's like leaving would have been a massive pain in the arse with all of that sea of people. So it was kind of nice that we were hanging back, and like they left, and then just chilling and chatting with the other people, like, wasn't it? Like we were just.
There was a nice group of people there.
A bunch of lovely people. Yeah. Like I got a picture. Like I was wearing. I'll grab my shirt quickly. Hold on.
Yeah. That was funny actually, because he turned round and there was these three geezers, blokes, and sorry, men, geezers, and they all had.
Yeah, the shirt that he wears in the is it the Better Hell video? I can't remember. Like, you know, like a few of us had bought this. I saw about 6 other people with this shirt and everything. But so I got a picture taken with a few of them. There was 4 of us all wearing this shirt ready before the show. But they were also VIPs. So like we were chatting with them again and everything. And whilst there, Reese, the guitarist, just came over and started chatting to the people and signed some stuff. And you know, he signed a set list and he signed my shirt. You know, I got him to sign this shirt. So I got 3. Oh, wrong side. Hold on. I've got 3 signatures on this shirt. I've got Gabby's. Oh, here we are. Gabby, and then Johnny, and then Reese. And unfortunately, Xavier was still packing his drum kit, and we had to go.
Oh,
so,
he was a wicked drummer. I couldn't even see him from where I was standing. I was like this, because the beat that he brought out was amazing, and I was trying to see him, and I was like doing it, but no, I couldn't quite see him. I could see half his drum kit, which was a shame because he was good.
Well, like I say, he was there while we were waiting. He was there packing up his drum kit, and I wanted to get a sig, but because he was packing up, I'm sure he came out towards the end once he was done and everything. But we couldn't hang around anymore because we had to go and get the last train to come. We had like a 2-hour journey to get home still once. Like on trains and whatnot once we got out of there. So unfortunately we didn't get to see Xavi, but no disrespect to the man. We like absolutely enjoyed his performance, and
Definitely.
if we weren't on a time crunch, we absolutely would have, because I would have liked to have thanked him as well. You know, like, because we thanked Reese, we thanked Johnny, we thanked Gabby. Like I would have liked to have thanked Xavi as well, but anyway, let's get on to the meat of the matter here. So, like I say, Reese, he came out and he was chatting, wasn't he? And he signed some things and all of that. And he was lovely. You know, like people kept saying, "Oh, excuse me, would you mind signing this?" And he was like, "Excuse me, Sharpie guy," because I had a Sharpie.
Oh,
could I borrow your Sharpie again? And I was like, "Yeah, no problem." You know, and yeah, so we was just chilling and waiting. And then Gabby came around as well. You know, and we got a photo with Gabby.
That's a lovely.
Yeah, we got a lovely photo with the 3 of us with Gabby. I got to thank her for inspiring me to buy a saxophone and start learning sax. Jess got to mention congratulations for getting on Sleep Token, to which Gabby and her had like one of those girly like oh moments, because Gabby was like, "Thank you, girl," and that was good. And you thanked her. You told her that you thought she was amazing.
Oh, did she? Well, she is.
She is,
and she's got so much energy. And she's just so talented. I mean, and that's why I like it live, because I think she plays more, doesn't she? And I mean, the soulful bit. Oh, yeah. I mean, they're all brilliant, but yeah, it was. And the fact that she stood next to us to have her picture taken, lovely.
Yeah. That was. I will. In editing, hopefully remember to include some of these things that, like, the pictures and things that I'm referring to.
But
yes, then it came time, and the order, I went first, then Jess went second, and Mum went last. And like I went up and thanked him for being an inspiration. I told him I loved his music. Dude looked fucking knackered though. Like I say, we were like 3rd from last, and this was the last show on the tour. Like, dude, like I appreciate that they go to the time and effort to go out there and do all that, but dude looked spent. Like absolutely, yeah. I still joked around with him though, and asked him if I could give him a piggyback while we were having the photo taken, to which I got a little chuckle and he politely declined. but yes, but you
can but ask.
Yeah, well, I thought he'd do. I said I was going to do it before we went. I was like, I'm going to ask him for if I can give him a piggyback for the photo. And I was like, and people were like, why? And I was like, well, because he like, the worst he can do is say no, and I don't think he's the type of celebrity who's going to be pissed off by it. And he wasn't. Like, I got a chuckle out of him, and he was just like, no, like, it was just like, all right, no worries, like. But yeah, and then Jess went, and same thing. But then And this was the thing Mum didn't know, but we noticed, because me and Jess, because we were watching, and
I was so nervous though because I didn't know what to say. Really,
when Johnny became face to face with Mum and realised that this woman here had just watched it, like been at his show and was now VIP into meet and greet and that, the twinkle in this man's eye that suddenly reappeared despite being absolutely spent. You know,
I didn't know that.
Like,
really,
just like, it was just like, he, you know, he's just, you know, like, he was, I say he was lovely, not taking anything away. He was a lovely dude. You could just tell he was tired, and, you know, fair enough. But like with me and Jess, but then as soon as he saw Mum, it was like yeah, I don't know. It was maybe something about the novelty of like, yo, this woman was at the show, you know, like this, you know, like an older woman.
This
at the
Mum.
show. Like I think it was easy to say you were the oldest person at the show.
Actually, when I looked round as I was, well, I thought, oh my word, I think I was.
Yeah, like we didn't see anyone else there, but like Mum was worried about that because we said it at the show, didn't we? And I said, so
Everyone
what? That's a
was
crown.
great. Yeah.
That's an achievement. Like I was just like,
And also, it doesn't matter what age you are, if you appreciate good music and good sounds, people.
But there was Mum did say though that because he was so caught up in the moment with Johnny,
I didn't say half the things that I wanted to.
there were many things that she wanted to say to him that she didn't get to. So I said, well, when we make the video, say them, and you never know, I might make a short out of it, and it might eventually get round to him or something. So here you go, Mum. Take the tell us about your experience of
meeting him.
Johnny.
Well,
Yeah.
like I say, I was very nervous anyway because I'm, you know, and I must admit, when I stood in front of him, because I just stood there, didn't I? And I went like that and pulled a silly face, I think, and he looked and he did smile. And then I just said to him, and I looked a bit awkward, I do think that. But then he, do you know, it's all a blur. But all I remember I was saying to him was that I learned about you about 18 months ago, which is roughly, but it was videos. But then my son showed me, well, I didn't say this, but I said, I saw you live. And then we went to see Sleep Token and you opened for them, and that just blew my mind. The energy, do you know what I mean? But I didn't say I said that, but what I wanted to say to him was, and I just wanted to give him a hug, didn't I? Because that's me. And when he got emotional, and yes, he's humorous and funny, and you can tell by his lyrics, and I think they're clever. And so is he, and talented, because he writes and plays and blah, blah, blah. But the humour's there too. But when he sung, I sound getting, it sounds daft. Maybe it's the mum in me. But when I really wanted to give him a hug, but I knew he wouldn't because he wasn't really doing that with people. But I just wanted to say to him, you are lovely. And thank you, because I've had such a fantastic evening. And the energy and the people. And it was the band that made them like that, wasn't it? And that I just wanted to say thank you. Oh, but I never said that to him, did I? I did thank him.
You did thank him, yeah.
And the bloke, the guy that was taking the photos, he was lovely too, because when I sort of laughed and when we had our photo taken, but everyone else was doing the thumb. But I thought, I don't want to do the thumb. I don't do that anymore. So I just sort of put my hand on his shoulder, and I thought,
But Mum got in close and went like this.
Yeah, I went like that but I really, what I wanted to do, and if you do see this, Johnny, I wanted to give you the biggest hug because you're lovely and you are a nice guy. And that song that made my son cry.
Straight through
you. I got that. So, yeah, thumbs up. Yeah, I just wanted to thank you. Oh, shit, I'm sorry. It was amazing. All that energy, it doesn't matter what age you are, if you love music and the music in you, then yeah, and they were amazing. So thank you. Oh, see, this is what should have happened on the night. But you're so overwhelmed by it. I was like that with Sleep Token as well. And it was like the next day, or the day after when you've had time to think about it and take it all in, that you think, oh my God. So, yeah, they were brilliant. And if you haven't seen them, you've got to see Bilmuri live.
Agreed.
Because they were so good. So good. And I forgot to get my T-shirt signed because I was so, like dumbstruck, really. I was like quite timid, really.
You got Gabby to sign yours. You didn't bring yours with
No,
you,
but she did sign my.
Yeah.
It was after that, and that's when I said to her, I didn't get Johnny to sign.
Yeah, it was literally as we were walking away, like Mum, because overwhelmed and all of that, not thinking straight, and obviously you're seeing him right after the show, so you're still on the concert.
You're still
high,
on the high, aren't you?
So she completely forgot, and then it was as we were walking away because we'd already spoken to Gabby at that point. But literally, Jess had already walked off quickly and caught Gabby and asked her to sign something quickly.
Yeah, and that's when I said,
and that was when, Mum, I said to Mum, I was like, oh, because she was like, oh, I forgot to ask Johnny for this.
Sorry,
I was
I'm
like,
sniffing
Jess,
away.
I was like, look, Jess is asking Gabby I'm sure she won't mind quickly doing your laminate. So Mum was like, would you mind signing my lanyard? And she was like, of course, and so I signed it quickly and that. So even though Mum didn't get Johnny's signature, you got a nice photo of you and Johnny.
And do you know what? I do love that. I do, because I think the reason we're genuinely I could tell that his smile was genuine is because just before that, the guy that was taking the photos with our phones, he laughed too, because I was like being all, and I even thanked him, and he did give me the loveliest smile as we walked past. I went, thank you so much. So no, it was lovely. It was such a fantastic evening. I mean, I was absolutely shattered, but like you say, at the time the adrenaline's there, isn't it? And we did a lot of walking. A lot of walk, 2.5 hours to get there. Most of it was walking. No,
most of it was train.
Yeah,
but we had to walk a lot between the stations and the like making your way through public transport.
Yeah, but it was just
if Jess if Jess was here, she'd be completely agreeing right now. But Jess did make a bit of a pig's ear of the initial planning, so we had.
But we won't talk about.
Yeah, so we had to to improvise whilst we were in the middle of transit, and
lots of hopping on and off things.
So the agreement has been made for when we go and see The Warning in 2 weeks to let me handle that because when I do it, it goes sort of smooth. so yes, so I'm going to be handling the planning of travel for the Warning concert, but that was the thing though. Jess was very apologetic about it.
Oh no, we got there.
That was what I said, didn't I? I was
in
like,
time.
at the end of the night, I was like, we got there in time. We didn't miss the show. We had an amazing time. We got home safe. All we can do is be like, well, next time we'll plan it better.
Yeah, no, it was, and I tell you what, the people as well. And that's when I realised, because every time I walked through the crowd, or we did, to get to go wherever we were going, I maybe it's because I was on I only had one alcoholic drink, the rest was water, but I was on a high anyway, because we were going to see the show. But I didn't feel out of place at all. I do realise, because when I looked around, that I was probably the oldest person there.
Like I say, that's a badge of honour.
But nobody made me feel, because, and that, in fact, I got lots of smiles of people and hello, and the staff. I've got to say this: the staff there were really, really lovely.
Yeah,
they really were, and they worked and we saw how hard they worked, and everything to do with the lighting and because I saw what's it called, the bit,
the mixing desk, and
it was in the middle, and. Just the whole thing was just amazing. I just wish that I was a bit further over so I could have seen the drummer more.
If you were further over, you would have got taken out by crowd surfers.
Yeah, I think I realised that now when I was looking at your phone because I was behind you filming, because you were up high, and I was thinking, oh my word, it was amazing, wasn't it? Also, I'm doing all the actions now, but it was just. All of them were brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And I'd love to see you again.
That's
what I said.
Thing.
I said to him, when are you coming back? And he said, I don't know if he should have or not.
Yeah, well, that's what
he said. Are you going to finish it?
Tell him.
I said to him, when we see you again, I want to see you again. And he said November. And then that's when I went, right, see you in November. And we walked away, didn't
Yeah,
we?
but it didn't click until
Because
when
isn't
we were
that...
on the train on the way home. I literally all of a sudden just turned to Mum and Jess and I went, hold on, did he say, like, it literally took that long for, like, and then it was the moment of like, hold on, did he say he was back in November? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, Bill Murray have no dates announced yet for November, like in the UK or anything.
And is Sleep Token back in November?
All right, okay. See,
Yes.
wait.
Oh,
So this
sorry.
is the thing. This was a theory that I was not going to like even bother.
No.
Like with online, but seeing as you've said it now,
Sorry.
I might as well. I had the theory, like, of the wild out there theory that because Sleep Token always seemed to do the US tour earlier in the year and then the UK leg or the EU leg at the end of the year, and it feels like it's so they can be home for Christmas with their family, that Sleep Token may be touring like here again around that time. And it wouldn't be that much of a stretch for Bill Murray to be supporting them again or even co-headlining, given that one, they're signed to the same record label now,
and
two, Gabby Rose is on Emergence, and three, like, fucking the US, like, they haven't announced a support for the US yet. And last year, the US was so pissed that we were getting Bill Murray and they had Empire State Bastards, to the point where some people in the US were literally chanting Bill Murray during the Empire State Bastards sets in the opening act. So you'd think Sleep Token didn't pay attention to that and be like, our audience really want Bill Murray. So like that, like I say, little bit of an out there one, but maybe they'll be better because they have literally just finished here. So do you think they'd be doing their own tour again here in November? Like, that's very soon, but opening for another band or being with another band. That was my theory. But either way, John, from the horse's mouth, he said he's back in November. So.
Unless he let the cat out the bag.
Unless he just fucked up and they're touring the US in November, and because he's been touring, his brain was just, fuzzy, and he's just like, oh, I'm sorry.
Well, whatever. Whenever they come back, we've got to see him again.
We're going to.
Because I'll tell you what, that was, I mean, it's funny, watching your video, there's obviously, you've got to be there because the sound's not there, is it?
It's not the same.
But it was just, I mean, I keep reliving it now, my heart's racing, because 1 minute you're doing this, and then the next you're doing, that's why I got neck-ache yesterday, because I forgot I was doing that. And your arms are up here, and you're doing this, and it was just
brilliant.
A good workout, I must say.
Yes.
I've said to Damien, I've decided I'm going to dance every day at home around the living room, because it's good for you. And the music. No, but their music was just... I mean, like, that's one more thing. Everyone else was singing along, but I didn't, because to be honest, I only know a few lyrics of it. But it doesn't take away the fact that I love them. It's not about the lyrics. Well, it is sometimes, yes, quite often. But it's also about the music. And I loved the music.
Well, you're in the right place, because I've spent about nearly 2 years now sitting here going, I don't listen to lyrics as much. I'm a music first reactor. So I think the people that would be watching this...
do you say? I didn't know you said
that. Yeah, like, well, I've said it to you for years. Like, I literally
It's how it makes you feel. And
musician brain. I spent 10 years, like, trying to figure out how to separate the tracks in a song in my head. And part of that just means that lyrics... not in importance, because lyrics are important.
Oh, they are important.
But in the structure of a song, for me, whether it's strong songwriting or song listening, the lyrics are the thing that get through to me last, because I'm breaking down and understanding the music while I'm listening to the song. And then once I've got that, that's when the lyrics... That's when I listen to the lyrics.
I didn't look at that's probably how I am too, because it's always been about the music and the layers and how it builds up and where it comes in, and then the good beat and the bass and all this and the piano and the saxophone now. But yeah, so I didn't need to know all the lyrics. because it was just the feel. To me, it's the feeling you get, and yeah, the bands that you've introduced me to, like Steve Wilson, everything, all these people lately, it's the feeling. It gives you the feeling, and that's where all the emotions come. Anyway,
Right, Mum's getting right. Yes, okay, right. We're gonna wrap it up there because I think Mum has just noticed the time.
Yes, I have.
Okay, right. So, ladies and gents, we're gonna wrap up the recording there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, whether it's on the YouTube or the Patreon. I think looking at this here, there's going to be two versions. There's going to be one up on the YouTube, which is cut down and shorter, and then we're going to have the full-length extended version up on the Patreon. So. Cool. Thank you all for watching. If you're on the YouTube, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, subscribe for more like this, comment down below and all that stuff. And if you're on the Patreon, like it if you liked it and comment down below to join the discussion, seeing as there is no dislike button on Patreon. But thank you very much.
Oh, that's handy.
But anyway, thank you for watching. I've been Brain Dead. I've been the son.
And I've been the mum. Thank you.
And hopefully we will catch you again in the next one. Peace.